Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm trying out a gameplay commentary just to see how I like this format, give it a new shot. You know, I'm all about trying new things, but I'm talking about a topic that, you know, on one hand seems like old news. Like, we're talking about something that was a month ago. Who gives a shit anymore? But I wanted to add my thoughts to this situation, kind of like as a retrospective, looking back on it a month later. And the reason why I'm thinking about this topic at all, even, is because the other day I went on YouTube. I hit my feed. I wanted to see what YouTube was recommending me. I'm like, you know what? YouTube, recommend me some good-ass content. Let's see what you got. And they hit me with this video, Is CallMeCarson Dead? Which, I mean, you know. Now, upon watching this video, of course, you know, no new information was relayed. I just love how this guy felt the need to make this, right? Like, he was like, fuck, dude, I need a video topic. I don't know, it's just ridiculous. I left a dislike on it just because, I don't know, I thought the video was shit. But, you know, watching that video kind of reminded me just about the CallMeCarson story, and I don't know, it got me to thinking. The topic I want to talk about today is not like a new relevant topic. It's something I want to look back on retrospectively. A drama that happened last month that I just feel like is so pointless. Well, maybe not the drama itself, but really the aftermath. I'm talking about CallMeCarson. CallMeCarson is somebody who has not been active on his account since January 4th. He's pretty much abandoned all social media. Apparently, he's deleted his Discord as well. Obviously, he's not active on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all of his main platforms. And I don't come at this video from somebody, you know, as somebody who is a CallMeCarson fan, as somebody who, you know, really gives a shit about CallMeCarson at all. Rather, I'm looking this from an outside perspective and, you know, just asking you guys the simple question of, why the fuck did y'all cancel him this hard? Now, I covered the story initially, and I did a couple podcasts on him, and I mercilessly laughed at him for his DMs. That would be fine with me. We can just see what happens with us in the future, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I want a girlfriend, but I'm also scared about having a girlfriend. You're also 17, and a little bit more on the unstable. Holy shit! What
the fuck, dude?
Holy fuck! Dude!
Wait!
Okay, look at the way he's talking.
Holy shit! Even Augie knew that, dude!
Dude, this man went from horny to nuclear. What the fuck?
You're unstable. Do you agree? He's fucking making her agree to his judgments of her. And saying like, hey,
holy,
that's wrong, dude.
I thought the DMs that he sent on Discord were cringe as fuck. I thought they were just terrible. Not terrible from a deviant sense, like he's like some dangerous predator, like the internet wants to make him out as, but I just thought they were cringe and awful, and just, I mean, they're just cringe. That's basically it. The CallMeCarson story to me was just a funny story. It wasn't something that needed to be taken that seriously. Now, the other day I put out a tweet, and I can't show it to you now because I delete all my tweets regularly to avoid a DMCA, but I did put out a tweet saying, like, CallMeCarson has lost 300,000 subs, which is true, for basically no reason. And for the most part, people tend to agree because most of the people looking at the tweet came from my Twitter account, but people that didn't follow me, people that didn't know who I was, were like, what? You're saying CallMeCarson got canceled for no reason? Don't you know that he was sexting with minors? And I just lost brain cells from it because I'm like, man, you can word it so bad when you say sexting and sending news to minors, but when you leave out just a little bit of context, that changes the whole story. You know, the fact that we're talking about a 17-year-old girl and the fact that Carson was 19, all of a sudden the story becomes, oh, well, he was sexting minors to, okay, he was in a high school relationship, dude. I don't care what you guys say, all right? 19, 17 is not weird at all. It's not even an age gap that's a little bit weird, but kind of okay. No, it's completely fine. I'm sorry, but it's completely fine. This is unironically like if people on the internet were saying like, oh, well, you're 18 and your girlfriend is 10 minutes away from turning 18. She's 17 right now, and in 10 minutes she turns 18. Well, you're a pedophile for the next 10 minutes until she's okay. Like, the ridiculousness of these arguments is insane, but of course they're able to spin this narrative that CallMeCarson is some sort of pedophile, some sort of predator, because they always leave out the fucking context. And the reason why is because the entire internet banded together to cancel this guy, so already people were like, damn, CallMeCarson's getting canceled by a bunch of people, including his friends? Well, he must have done something bad. And if we're talking about, you know, DMing girls and shit, well, I mean, I guess he's a pedophile then. My brain is so fucking small that just hearing two little things going on, I just assumed the worst, you know? Oh, I guess he's like some sort of Discord predator. CallMeCarson is nowhere near close to being a pedophile or a predator. I'm sorry. CallMeCarson committed the capital sin of cringe. That's what he did. To say that he's some sort of deviant is just being intentionally dishonest. The reason why Call Me Carson got canceled so hard is because everybody kept doing this shifting the goalpost thing, where they would say like, oh, well, he's not a pedophile, but he dated a fan, or he talked sexually with a fan, and we're now all against that. I can't remember a single time the internet was collectively against YouTubers dating their fans. It seems like everybody thinks that, you know, just by nature of a YouTuber dating a fan, it is, you know, again, by nature predatory, because the fangirl of the YouTuber, she's just going to, I guess, be brainwashed by the YouTuber, and the YouTuber's gonna just instantly just take advantage of her and I guess harm her in some sort of way. I feel like people have this like really juvenile idea of what YouTubers dating their fans is like. Now, I don't recommend YouTubers date their fans just because it's probably bad optics. It doesn't look the best because, you know, if you're a YouTuber and you're dating your fan and then the relationship goes south and, you know, there's all this drama going on, it sort of mixes your YouTube life with your personal life, and that's something that you usually don't want to do. It's very risky to date somebody who's a fan of your content, so just by that basis alone, I wouldn't recommend it, but I have no moral qualms with a YouTuber just dating their fan. To me, the problem doesn't stem from YouTubers dating their fans, the problem stems from a YouTuber dating their fan and then doing something bad outside of that. So for instance, if a YouTuber dates their fan, but that YouTuber is 19 years old and the fan is like 14 or some shit, well, obviously we have a problem. The problem there isn't that the YouTuber is dating the fan, the problem is that the YouTuber is a pedophile. Alright, that's the problem here. And similarly, if a YouTuber is dating their fan and the YouTuber is abusive and maybe even sexually abusive, like they raped the fan or something, the problem isn't that the YouTuber dated the fan, the problem is that they're a rapist or they did something, you know, abusive. That's the problem here. You gotta separate the issues. Nobody has an issue with people dating somebody that was already a fan of their content in the first place. The problem stems from what happens after that relationship. That's the bad thing. The bad thing is the problem, not just the basis of YouTubers dating their fans. By that logic, a YouTuber could never date any woman because as soon as she figures out that that person is a YouTuber with a lot of subscribers and a lot of money and a lot of power and a lot of influence, them finding that information out suddenly creates an imaginary power dynamic that, I'm sorry, just doesn't exist. A power dynamic is like an employee dating their boss or something like that, you know? That's a power dynamic, not a fan dating a YouTuber. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Also, I just want to throw this out there, and you might get mad at this fact, but it's objectively true. If the girl was 18 and Carson was 19, literally nobody would give a fuck about a power dynamic. That would not be the discussion at all. Actually, probably nobody would give a fuck at all. Everybody just has such a small brain on this topic, and it just kills me because, again, going back to Call Me Carson, people think this guy's a predator. People think this guy's a pedophile. And remember that, you know, Call Me Carson, his fan base is largely the stan audience. And stans are fucking stupid. You can tell a stan anything and they'll believe. I mean, stans will cancel you for saying the word retard like 3 years ago. Like, fuck, dude, I say that word every day. And I say much worse words also every day, dude. Like, if I had a stan audience, I would be finished. There'd be no way. That would never happen. The point is that, you know, Call Me Carson's fan base is incredibly fragile and incredibly sensitive. So that just adds to the damage that, you know, he's taking from this drama and this situation. I remember when J-Slat's video came out, he was really wording it like, Call Me Carson needs help. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, yeah, he does need help. Maybe for his game, because his game sucks ass, or maybe for his depression, but that's kind of a separate issue from what we're talking about. What do you mean Call Me Carson needs help? Like, these people were wording it like Call Me Carson had raped somebody or violated somebody. And the worst part about me making this video is I know these fucking dumbasses in the comments are gonna be like, well, actually Call Me Carson did this, and this. Like, I know this video, if it goes out to an audience that's beyond my own, it's gonna get shit on, it's gonna get dislikes. People are being like, wow, August defending a literal blank, and he's not that at all, so I don't know. I don't really care anymore, though. I mean, honestly, I'm so blackpilled on the internet from this whole story because I feel like literally anybody can get canceled for any reason. It doesn't even matter if you've done, like, dumb shit or if you've done real shit. Like, the internet will ignore all the real shit and let creeps like Maximilian Must run free, but then they'll band together on Call Me Carson, somebody who dated a 17-year-old while he was 19. Like, how? How does somebody unironically get canceled for that shit? It makes literally no sense to me. Anyway, guys, that's just my retrospective look at the Call Me Carson situation. You know, when the story came out, yeah, I laughed. Yeah, I made a lot of jokes at Carson's expense, but I kind of laughed thinking the internet would laugh along with me. And then they did, and then they didn't. And then they called him a pedophile and a predator, and then he stopped posting, and then he lost all those subs. And I'm like, Jesus, guys. calm down, all right? It wasn't that bad. There is 1,000 people that are far worse than CallMeCarson that nobody gives a fuck about talking about, so I don't know why all of a sudden people want to pretend like they give a shit when it comes to CallMeCarson, who did pretty much nothing wrong. When I say CallMeCarson did nothing wrong, I'm talking about, like, nothing wrong on that level that I would give a fuck about, like pedophilia or like predatory behavior. Like, when it comes to shit like that, CallMeCarson did nothing wrong. You've heard my take already. I'm gonna get out of here. I'll talk to you later, everyone.